Hello. Hi everyone. Hi Shakil. Okay. Hi, as wise as you. Hello. Hi everybody. You wise. Am I saying it right? Hi Firdaus. Hi Shakil. Hi Enzila. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's live. My name is Coach Shahira. We will be going through some PSLE prelim practices from different schools today. Okay? All right. Yes, there is actually an error with question 1 in the copy that you have. So please refer to my copy on the screen here, okay? Please refer to my copy on the screen here to be able to get the correct answer for question 1. All right. Hi, Satya. Hello. Hi, everyone. How's the connection this week? Is it better than last week? I hope it's a little bit better. Hi. That's great. All right. How are we liking the new setup today? It's similar to last week, but I think it's a little bit closer, right? Right, perfect. Okay, great. Thank you for your responses. All right, it's 8:03 p.m. Welcome to today's live. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through some 2023 prelim questions. All right, the prelim papers that some of our schoolmates from all over Singapore has tried. Okay, you can get the reference from the top of the question here. So question 1 is adapted from the 2023 Taunan Prelims Paper 1. Okay. Now the worksheet that you have has an error in question 1, whereas mine is the corrected version. So please refer to mine to get the correct answer. Okay. All right. Okay, how are we doing tonight? How many of you managed to attend our crash course last Wednesday? Did we manage to attend the crash course last Wednesday? I saw some of you there and you guys said hi to me. Thank you very much for that. And I tried to remember some of your names as well, right? So Fazrin, I know now your name is Firdaus. And Zila, you saw me. Hi, Neha, hello. Hi. All right. Okay, hello Alaric. All right, I'll try to remember, okay? All right. It is now 8:05 p.m. Let's start the live class, okay? All right. Hi Dan, welcome. All right, I see that the numbers are quite healthy today. Okay, so for those of you who just joined us and today is your first time joining our live, good evening. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. Today we are going through some questions adapted from the 2023 prelims. So these are prelims from this year, yeah? Okay, so let's take a look at question 1. I recall from 2 to 3 weeks back, you guys have been asking me to cover at least one next question. So here we are. Let's take a look at question number 1. All right. For those of you who are new and you wish to get your hands on our worksheet, they can be found on our Telegram channel. The link is right here. Or you can go ahead to Telegram and search for MasterMaths PSLE. You should be able to see our channel and you can join our channel to get all of our free resources. All right. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at question 1. Which of the following is not a net of a cube? What are some of your answers? Can you share with me some of your answers? All right. Quite a number of you have gotten it right. Yes. Great. Quite a number of you have gotten it right. Very good. Indeed, the answer is number 4. Okay? The answer is number 4. So let's take a look at why the answer is number 4. Fantastic. So many of you have gotten it right actually. Alright, if you did not get it right, no worries. I will show it to you in a second, okay? Sure, please go ahead and type in whatever questions that you have, okay, Pookie Bear? Alright, so let's take a look at question 1. Which of the following is not a net of a cube? Now, when we see these questions, what we want to do is to try and label as best as we can all the sides in order to see which of the nets will not be able to form a cube, okay? So let's take a look at number 1. I will first label, for instance, I will label this as my base, okay? Now B for base, yeah, everybody can see, right? Okay. So, now if I'm going to label this as my base, I can try and visualize where my left side, right side, front side, back side, bottom, and the top side, okay? So what I can do is, I can label this as the left and the right, okay? And therefore, this will be the back. Everybody agree? Okay? So that will be the back. That's right. Then from there, once we fold this inwards to form our left side, this person or this square here will automatically become the front, right? And if that's the front, the one that is connected to it here will go to the front and dangling at the top, right? So it can fold downwards to form the top. So far so good? Okay? Alright. Alright, so from here, our answer, or rather our option, will form a perfect cube. Okay, so we can leave this here. Now I'm going to repeat this one more time. The online version that you already have has an error, so please follow the version that you see on my screen here, okay? So the online version has options 1 and 2 repeated, but please try and follow the version that I have on the screen here, alright? Okay. So here, option 1 forms a perfect cube. I can move on to option 2, okay? So again, once we have a question that is asking us about nets, whether it's nets of a cube or a cuboid, sometimes we have nets of a prism, pyramid, so on and so forth, okay? So what we can do is try and label all the sides to see, to visualize and to see what are the sides that will overlap each other, okay? So here we'll have a base. Again, this is my left side, right side. Now, once I fold this upwards to form my right side, the one at the top will automatically form the back. Okay? So if that's the back, let me zoom in for you to see a little bit clearer. Okay? We are at option 2. Okay? So if that's the back, the one connected to the left will be the front and this will be the top. Okay? Alright. Okay, so let's move on. Oh, I see Malika here. Hi, Malika. Hi, Shan. Let's move on to option number 3, okay? So option number 2 forms a perfect cube. No parts are repeated or overlapping each other, okay? So let's move on to option number 3. For option number 3, we have a back, or rather a base. Then this will be my left side. Again, the one at the bottom is the front and the top, similar to option 1, as you can see here. Okay, very similar to option 1. Now this thing at the top of this base will be our back. It will fold upwards to form the back. And this one will form our right side. Okay, so far so good. So again, this one, there are no overlaps. Therefore, we have our answer to be option number 4. Okay, just by elimination, we are left with the last one. So let me run through the last one to see what's going on here, okay? Now, if I were to choose, it doesn't matter which grid I choose, okay? It doesn't matter which grid I choose. I will choose this as my base. This will be left, again front, again top. If that's the base, this will be the right side. Now, what happens to the one beside the right side? What does this become? Will this become the back? What do you think? If I have a right side fold up, the one connected to the right will fold downwards to become the top. Agree? This will become the top. That's right, it will overlap. So once I see two tops, I know that something is definitely wrong. I cannot have two tops. I'm sorry, you are not able to see. Here you go. So I will not be able to get a perfect cube because I have two overlap parts. Okay, so this will be my overlap. Therefore, our answer is option number 4. All right? Okay. Anyone having any issues trying to visualize? Let me show you the entire question at a glance. Okay, anyone having any issue cannot visualize? Anyone? All right, some of you are saying no. Okay, actually I prepared something for you guys to visualize better. I actually have a cutout of option number 4, okay? I have a cutout of option 4. So let me show you what's going on, okay? So I will first label this as my base as I have over here, okay? So this is my base. Now what's happening here is I will fold this and this upwards, so I will have a left and right. And then this one, I hope you're able to see, this one will come into the top. Okay, everybody can see? And then that will be a back. Okay, can you see the cube forming here? Able to see the cube forming here? Now what happens is, I have an empty front here, right? What happens is I am going to get an overlap. This highlighted part will fold down to overlap with whatever that's already highlighted. There we go. Okay, it's already highlighted here. Able to see? So this will overlap to form the top, and that's not what we want because we have an empty front but overlapping top. Okay, so that's not what we want. Therefore, our answer is option number 4. All right. Okay, so how's everything going? All good? All right. Okay, fantastic. I see the chat in our our TikTok channel being very noisy today. So what's with all the hype? Let's see. All right, this one engineering math. Not quite engineering math, more of visualization, yeah? Okay. All right, I guess everyone is able to understand, so let's move on, all right? Okay, so you got the correct answer, then you guys are moving on to other topics already. That's fine. Let's go on. I hope our friends on our Instagram channel is doing well. No problem, ex-Viper, no problem. All right, let's move on. Okay, Firdaus, I got your SOS. I will go through in a second, okay? Now, question number 2. Okay, question number 2 here. All right, this question appeared in the 2023 SCGS paper, Prelims paper 1. Again, this is paper 1, so try not to use calculator, okay? All right, so let's take a look at this paper here. Again, your worksheet, I'm very, very sorry. Your worksheet is missing a question. So please review the question here. Okay, please review the question here because it's missing in your question 2, okay? All right, so let's take a look at this question here. This is again adapted from 2023 SCGS paper 1 prelims for primary 6, okay? All right, so in this question, we have columns A, B, C, D, E, and we have all the numbers listed nicely. This resembles a patterns question. Okay, this resembles a patterns question. Now, the question is asking for the algebraic expression for row N, column C. So, I want this one over here. Let me highlight for you. I want row N, column C. Okay, I want to know what is the algebraic expression for this guy here. Can you try this question now? Okay. Can you try this question now? What do you think? All right. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through some questions from the 2023 prelim papers that have been recently released. This question is adapted from SCGS Prelims Paper 1, okay? Primary 6 Prelims Paper 1. Alright, for those of you who are saying SOS, I see some of you getting the correct answer, fantastic. Now for those of you who are needing some help, let me help you out here, okay? I'm going to zoom in and we will try to come up with a pattern for us to get the numbers in column A. Alright, let's try to get the numbers in column A first. Fantastic, so many people are getting more and more correct answers now, well done. Alright, so in row 1, our number in column A is 5. In row 2, we get a 10. In row 3, we get a 15. What is the pattern that you see here? I have 5, I have 10, I have 15. What kind of pattern do you see here? 5, 10, 15. These are all multiples of 5. Agree? We have multiples of 5 here. Now what happens when we have multiple of 5 here? We can try to relate it to the row number because the question is asking us for row n. So we want to try and relate it to the row number, okay? So if it's row 1, I get a 5. If it's row 2, I get a 10. If it's row 3, I get a 15. So what do you think is the relationship from 3? How do I jump to 15? From 2, how do I get to 10? From 1, how do I get to 5? Anybody knows? What do I do? Fantastic, a lot of you are typing it in. That's right. You guys, you are right. Alina, well done. Indeed, we times 3, fantastic. So from here to here, we times 3, right? Sorry, not times 3, times 5. Times 5, yeah? So 3 times 5, 15. 2 times 5, 10. 1 times 5 is 5, okay? Now from n, how do I get to column A? I can follow the pattern, okay? So from n, how do I get to column A? I can follow the pattern times 5. Now do we know what is n times 5? What is n times 5? Amelia, that's fine, no worries, okay? What's n times 5, guys? Do we know? Fantastic, indeed. You guys are quite experts at this, yeah? Fantastic, we will get 5n. That's right, okay? We will get 5n. Alright, so now let's move on to column B because we want to get to column C, okay? So we start from A, move on to B, move on to C, okay? So from here, I have 5n already. In fact, just based on this, we can eliminate 2 of our options, okay? I see 5n. I know that my answer must have a 5n somewhere. So I'm going to eliminate option 1. Let me make it a little bit smaller. We can eliminate option 1 and option number 2. Agree? Because we don't have a 5n, right? We want a 5n, okay? But 5n, again using elimination method, 5n will get us to column A only. It doesn't get us to column B or column C, since all these numbers are different. Alright, it doesn't get us to column B or column C. Again, elimination method, I can cross out option 4. Okay, why do we want 5n? I see a question here. That's because to get from row 3, the number 3 here, to relate it to the number in column A, I need to times 5. From 2, I times 5. From 1, I times 5. I will get 5, 10, 15, right? Okay, so in this case, if I have row n, I times 5, I will get 5n. Got it? Okay, so the answer is option 3. Now for completion's sake, I will show you columns B and column C. Okay, I hope you're able to see on the screen. Okay, now from 15, how do I jump to 16? From 15, how do I jump to 16? 15, how do I jump to 16? I just have to plus 1. Agree? That's right. Similarly, 16 to 17, I plus 1 again. Okay, therefore, from 5n, I need to plus 1 to get, let me change the color here so it's not too much red going on. So I have 5n, 5n plus 1, I will get 5n plus 1. Okay? And then going to column C, I also plus 1. That's how I get 5n plus 1 to give us 5n plus 2. Alright? So our option will be number 3, 5n plus 2. Any questions, everyone? Any questions? Let me show you the question at a glance. There we go. Okay, so far so good? Alright. Fantastic, Freda. I was happy for you. Alright. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you for all your nice comments. All right. Anyone still don't understand, still need any SOS? Anyone? Okay, one more time. This question was from the SCGS Prelims Paper 1 this year, right? Some few months back, I think in August, that the P6 students did this question. Okay? Okay. Pepperoni pizza, is that what you wanted me to say? Okay, let's move on. All right, question number 3. Question number 3 now. Are we able to see the question clearly? Okay. Thank you so much for the nice comments. Dino, thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. All right, for those of you who just came in, wow, I see the numbers quite great today. Fantastic. Welcome, everyone. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. Today, we are going through some prelim questions in some recent papers in 2023 prelim papers from various schools, okay? All right, so we are covering quite a number of concepts here. In question 1, we covered nets. In question 2, we covered patterns plus algebraic expressions, okay? So that's what we covered for questions 1 and 2. If you have missed that out, no worries. Please feel free to join us on our YouTube channel to watch the past videos, all right? Okay, all right. I think this is also a great time for me to just announce to you guys that we will be having our 2024 Head Start program coming up soon. The spaces are limited, so please keep a lookout. We are going to send in more information on that very, very soon. So please keep a lookout for it, okay? We will be having our 2024 Head Start programs coming up soon. So please keep a lookout for that. All right? Okay. All right. So let's take a look at question number 3. Okay? Now for question number 3, Shirley has 5 3/4 meters of ribbon. She cuts the ribbon into 2 1/5-meter pieces to tie some presents. So I have 2 1/5-meter pieces. Basically, this is what each piece will be, okay? This is how long each piece will be, all right? Okay, so this is my total, 5 3/4. I cut. Each of them is 2 1/5 meters. The question is asking for how much is left, okay? Now, this seems to be a fairly straightforward question. They give you a total, they give you each. You are asked to find the remainder. Okay, so what do you think we should do here? If I have groups, I have each. I have total, I have each. I can definitely find the groups, right? The number of pieces. And therefore, I can find the leftover. Okay? So what is my answer? For those of you who have given your answer in a fraction form, recall that the solution here has a cm tagged to it. Okay? What we are given is in meters. So please remember to convert your answers, all right? Okay. There are some solutions that I would like to share. There's actually 2 solutions here, and I see that some of you have given both solutions. So let me share with you. Is this standard? Yes, this is actually very, very commonly tested. And how do we know this is standard? In fact, it was tested in, again, SCGS Prelims Paper 1, okay? This is very, very commonly tested. So please make sure that you know how to solve this, okay? All right, I'm going to show you 2 methods. I will start off with the easier method so that more of you are able to understand, all right? I see more and more answers coming in. Remember, guys, this is in Paper 1. Can we use calculator or not? Paper 1. Cannot use calculator, okay? I have seen the very first comment stating the correct answer. So only 2 comments now stating the correct answer. So let me share with you first, okay? The 2 methods here. You use calculator in paper 1 during PSLE. Are you sure? Are you sure? You cannot use calculator in paper 1, yeah? Okay, so method 1, somebody mentioned we change the denominator to be the same. Sure, that's what we can do. I will first take 5 3/4. Okay, I will first take 5 3/4. Change this into 5 out of 20 times 5. 3 times 5, 15. So I will get 5 and 15 out of 20. Okay? And then 20 times 500, 100 plus 15 is 115. So I will get 115 over 20. Okay? 115 over 20. Suddenly so many of you getting the correct answer. Fantastic. Alright. So from here, we can also change 2/5 to give us the same denominator, which is 20. So times 4 times 4, I will get 8. Okay, why we want to change to the same denominator? Why we want to change to the same denominator? Because they are referring to the same total ribbon, right? Right, same total ribbon. Okay, therefore we make the denominators which refer to the totals the same, yeah? Okay, so then we can divide later on. Okay? Alright, so somebody is asking why 115? So we have 20 times 5 to give us 100. 100 plus 15 to give us 115. Okay, so let me write out. To convert, we start from the denominator, we multiply to the whole number portion, and then the answer we add with the numerator. Okay, so 20 times 500 plus 15 is 115. Alright? Okay. Alright, so 2/5 we will get 8 over 20. Then from here, basically what the question is asking is, if I have 8 over 20, 8 over 20, 8 over 20, 8 over 20, so on and so on and so on and so forth, how much is the ribbon that's left? Okay, so basically, how many 8 over 20s can I get to reach 115 over 20? Understand? So far so good? Okay, so we will divide. Alright, let me make it a little bit smaller. We will divide 115 divided by 8. 115 divided by 8. You can do long division. I will put it right here. 115 divided by 8. I'm sure at P6 you're able to do long division, right? So I will just come up with the answer, which is 14 remainder 3. Understand? Okay? Why is this so? Let me show you, yeah. This method is basically how many 8 over 20, 8 over 20, 8 over 20 with a remainder to give us 115 over 20. That's why I ditch the denominator and just divide by 8 for the numerators. Okay? Guys, I hope you are able to follow. Right, so far so good. Okay, so from here I have 14 remainder 3. So what does this remainder 3 represent? Just now I ditched the denominator, right? Okay, so this remainder 3 is actually just left over 3 over 20 meters. Can follow? I put back the denominator because just now I ditched it. I don't care about it. Okay? So far can follow? If you want to put it inside, no worries also. 115 over 20 divided by 8 over 20. Okay? Alright. Then from here, I will have to change this into cm. So that will be 3 over 20 times 100 cm. Remember, from meters to cm, we will have to multiply by 100. Can follow? Okay? Sure, I will repeat one more time. One more time, huh? From meter to cm. Let me put it up here, recap. 1 meter equal 100 cm. Okay? Therefore, I have to multiply by 100. Do we understand? So from meter to cm, I need to times 100. Okay? Okay, the question wants it to be in cm because our final answer has a cm. So this would simply be 20 cancel become 1, 100 cancel become 5 to become 15 cm. Okay, so my answer is 15 cm. Can follow? Okay? There are many ways to solve this, of course. Okay? In ExamNet workings, if you don't show workings, especially for this question, right? This question appeared in paper 1, booklet B. You have to show workings in booklet B to show your understanding. Otherwise, you will not get the mark. Okay? If you don't show understanding, you will not get the mark. So yes, workings is important. So this is how we get 15 cm. I'm going to show you method 2. I'm going to show you method 2 so that you can compare and contrast which method you prefer. Then I'll repeat the question one more time. Okay, Ira? Alright. So method 2. Okay, I'm going to write it at the bottom. So what is method 2 here? For method 2, all I have to do is divide. I have 5 3/4. I will divide this by 2/5. So 5 3/4 divided by 2/5 because I want to know how many. I want to know how many 2/5 I can get to reach 5 3/4 because later on I want to find the remainder. Okay? So 5 3/4 divided by 2/5. This is the same as we earlier did this already. 115 over 20. Okay? Then this would be times, or rather using normal fractions multiplication, okay? 4 times 5 is 20, so that's 23 over 4 times 5 over 2. Do we recall this? KCF? Keep, change, and flip. Okay, recall? Keep, change, flip. Alright. KFC also can. KCF, KFC also can. As long as you keep the first one, flip, change the second, the sign into times and flip the second one. Okay? So this will give you 115 over 8. 23 times 5 is 115. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay? This will give you 14 with a remainder 3 over 8. Or rather not remainder, the fractions portion is 3 over 8. Can follow? Okay. Alright, so far so good. Okay, now this is where a lot of students tend to make mistakes. They will just take this 3 over 8 and put it in the answer. But this is not correct. Now 3 over 8 is not your leftover. Okay, 3 over 8 is not the leftover. 3 over 8 is actually just 3 over 8 of a piece. Okay, whatever that's left here is 3 over 8 of a piece. Can understand? Let me rewrite this so that you can see. Okay, 3 over 8 is whatever that's left of a piece. So I only can have 3 out of 8 parts of this 2/5. Okay? Can understand? Therefore, the second step is crucial to get you your remainder, which is 15 cm here. Okay? So 3 over 8 of a piece just means 3 over 8. Of means times. The piece that we get, each of the piece is 2/5 meters. Okay? So we will get 3 times 2 over 8 times 5. I can simplify to give me 3 over 20. So again, 3 over 20 meters, which is the same as 15 cm. Okay? Understand? Ira, is this better? Firdaus can follow. The rest of you all good? How are we feeling so far about this question? This question is 2 marks worth, okay? Because this is in paper 1, booklet B, after question 21. Okay? Paper 1, booklet B, after question 21. So that's 2 marks each. Got it? Okay, fantastic. All right. Okay, so the final answer here would be 15 cm. So again, how did I get 15 from 3 over 20? I just follow this step, yeah? Okay, so far so good. All right, okay. If you are clear, can you please help me do the, what do we call this? The steps again, like you remember from many lives ago. Every time after we are done with one question, you help me spam, correct? Can you please help me spam now? Thank you very much. Please help me spam the like button if you found this useful so far. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. Today we are running through questions from 2023 Prelim papers from different schools, right? Okay? If you are interested to get our worksheets, they can be found on our Telegram channel. This is the link. Or you can go to Telegram and search for MasterMaths PSLE. You should be able to get your the channel appearing there, okay? 2 marks for this question. Paper 1, booklet B, after question 21, okay? All right. Yes, I am Malay. My name is Shahira, Coach Shahira. Why? Okay. All right, let's go on to question number 20. Question number 4. Why am I saying 20-something? Question number 4, okay? All right. Thank you so much for helping me work your finger muscles and spamming the like button. I really appreciate it. For those of you who just joined, not to worry, you can watch our previous questions and previous lives on our YouTube channel, all right? Okay, we are now moving on to question number 4. Now, question number 4, if you are our MasterMaths students, this question appeared in Nanyang Prelims, Paper 1, 2023, which is also your Notes 22. Okay, Notes 22 is what we are doing, right? So this actually appeared in Nanyang Prelims, Paper 1, option, wait, what option? What am I saying? Year 2023. Okay? All right, so let's run through this question. Okay? Now this question, what is it testing you on? I'm just going to put it out here. This question is testing you on logical reasoning. Okay? Logical reasoning together with average. All right? All right. Hello, Minnie. Okay. All right, so let's run through question number 4. Bye, Aidin. Okay, question number 4. The average of 3 distinct 2-digit numbers, x, y, and z, is 72. Okay, the average of 3 distinct numbers, x, y, and z, is 72. So let's recall the formula for average, okay? So for average, I'm going to write it at the top here. If we have average, we have number, we can find total. We call this formula, okay? I'm sorry, let me move it in. Here you go. Average equals to total out of number, okay? The total value divided by the total number, all right? All right. Yes, X-Viper, can you remind me your name, please? Yes, I finally saw your face at the SMU crash course that we had. Okay. All right, so let's continue, yeah? So if I have average, which in this case is 72, let me highlight. This is our average. We have X, Y, Z, 3 distinct 2-digit numbers. This will be our number. Okay, I have average, I have number, I can look for the total. Got it? So that is definitely the very first thing that you want to do, okay? Once you have average, you have number, look for the third missing quantity, which is total. Alright, so the total for the 3 numbers will be 72 times 3. 72 times 3 equals to, right, Mirza? Alright, Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so 72 times 3 will give us 216. Agree? All right. Okay, so now that I have the total, before I go on, do we all understand the meaning of this word distinct? What does distinct mean? Do we understand the meaning of this word distinct? What's distinct? Those of you who know, can you help me type it in the chat, please? What's distinct? Right, a lot of you don't know. Oh dear. Alright, no worries. If you don't know, no worries. Distinct just means, some of your friends have typed it in the chat, distinct just means different. Okay? Distinct just means different. Basically, all three of my numbers are different. When you go on to Sec 1 next year onwards, you will see more and more of such words to describe different. We have words like distinct. We also have words like unique. Okay? When you go on to Sec 1 and above, you will also see such keywords like unique. Unique also means they are different. Okay? Alright. So, once we have the total, what do we want to do here? Can you help me type it in the chat, please? While I take a sip of water. What's the next step? Bye, Aideen. Alright, somebody is saying model. Okay. What else? We see this keyword here, right? X is 25% of Y. Do we know how much is 25%? I hope you guys are able to tell me very clearly now. What's 25%? I will get back to all your questions later, okay? I remember it in my head right now. Some of the more important questions. I'll get back to you after this question, all right? Yes, so 25% is 1/4, okay? So yes, 25% is 1/4. So from here, right, we already know X is how many units? If it's 1/4, remember Coach Irfan likes to say, first come, first serve. So X will get 1 unit. And Y will get 4 units. Agree? X is 1 unit, Y is 4 units. Therefore, X plus Y will be 5 units. Make sense? X plus Y is 5 units in total. Okay? Alright. Now we want to find the smallest possible value of X. Okay? So now that we have the total X plus Y plus Z, we also have 5 units for X plus Y. We want X to be as small as possible. Because X is related to Y, if X is as small as possible, Y will also be as small as possible. Make sense? Because they are related by this 25%. Agree? If X is very small, Y will also be very small because they are related by the 25%, which is also the units. Make sense? Therefore, if I want X to be as small as possible, what do you think I should do to my Z? What should I do to my Z? For X to be as small as possible, let me write it down. So for X to be as small as possible, what should Z be? Fila, you are right. Fantastic. You're right. Indeed. For X to be as small as possible, Z has to be as large as possible. Yes. Fantastic, Firdaus, you are right. Greatest indeed. So Z should be as large as possible. Okay? Great, fantastic. Now, since I know Z should be as large as possible, okay, and I also know that Z is a 2-digit number, what is the greatest 2-digit number that I can get? Anybody knows? The greatest 2-digit number, yes, indeed, straight away, 99, right? So, Z can be 99, all right? So that's what I'm doing here. Using logical reasoning, I know that for x to be small, z must be very big. And for z to be very big, the biggest that it can get, yes, Nawal, you are right. 99, fantastic. Diana, well done. 99. So, what happens if z is 99? Okay, let's write it down. If z equal 99, then x plus y equals to 216 minus 99. Let me change this into black color, okay? So, if z is 99, x plus y equals to 216 minus 99, this is going to give us 117. Okay, 117. Do you think this is possible for x plus y? Can x plus y equals 117? Do you think x plus y can be 117? Remembering that x plus y is 5 units. Do you think this is possible? Diana, I hope I'm saying your name right? Jessie, Yasin, I hope you're Diana. Yes, most of you are saying no. Fantastic. Can you tell me why no? Why cannot be 117? Why no? Why is the answer no? Why? Who knows? Not because it's odd, but because fantastic. It is not a multiple of 5. That's right. So over here, we already know that 5 units can divide 5. But 117 cannot divide 5. Okay? Because this one cannot divide 5. Understand? Can follow? Right. So once we are here, what we can do is continue. Okay? We can continue. What happens if z is now the second greatest? Now this is not guess and check. It's very similar to guess and check, but this is more of listing. Logical reasoning plus listing. We list from the greatest possible and slowly move one by one down. Guess and check is basically just guessing random numbers and then checking. But this is not guess and check that we are doing, yeah? This is listing. So if z cannot be 99, we check 98, 97, 96, so on and so forth, right? So I will skip 98, 97, and 97. Okay, if z equals 98, x plus y will give us 118. Also cannot. Continuing, if z is 97, x plus y will be 119, also cannot. Okay, all cannot because we cannot divide by 5. Understand? Okay. So once we have this, what we can do is go on to, a lot of you have found it already, for z to be, for x plus y to be a multiple of 5, we can take z to be 96. Okay, so 216 minus 96 will give us 120, and this can be divisible by 5. Okay, so this one can divide 5. Therefore, this is our 5 units. Then we can find 1 unit straight away. Okay? Understand? So far, so good. Therefore, x will be 1 unit, which is 120 divided by 5 to give us 24. Understand? Indeed, answer is 24. Okay? Why 118? 216 minus 98. Total minus z gives us x plus y. Okay? 216 minus 97 is 119. 216 minus 96 is 120. Got it? Irfan, unfortunately, this is our final crash course that we had last week, because in 3 weeks' time, it's PSLE already, right? So that was our final crash course that we had last week, okay? Alright. So long. Somebody is asking, so long. Is there an easier method to remember? Okay, so what I can share with you is, what I can share with you is, there is a shorter way to get rid of all these steps, okay? So of course, we need to be able to get to this part here. So there's no shortcut here, yeah? We need to be able to get to this part here, okay? This logical reasoning portion, we need to be able to conclude it ourselves, okay? So for x to be as small as possible, z should be as large as possible. This is what we should do. Now, since I know x plus y is 5 units, and z must be as large as possible, okay, what I can do is to take 216 minus 90. Okay, I am writing it at the side here. I hope you can see. Let me make it a tiny bit smaller. So 216 minus away 90. Why minus away 90? Because I want z to be as large as possible. So we know the tens place for z is 90. Okay, so 216 minus 90, we are going to get 126. Okay, so this is the tens place for z. Let me try to zoom in here, okay? So this is the tens place for z. Because it has to be as large as possible, right? So it's 90. So then, because I need my z's ones place, this can be the ones place for z, okay? Therefore, 120 is what we have left to give us 5 units. So 1 unit is 24, okay? Okay? Now this works. This works because we want x plus y to be 5 units. Okay? Okay. Actually, good point here. Can I get all of you to help me cancel this word? Cancel this word. Actually, from the Nanyang Prelim papers, there wasn't this word, yeah? So can you help me cancel this word? It should not be distinct. It should not be different, okay? But just a quick notation here. Distinct just means different, which means unique, okay? Distinct just means different, which means unique, but it should not be different. Okay, good point. Okay, so let me explain this one more time, then we can move on to question number 5. Okay? Alright. Thank you, Tess. I hope I'm saying your name right. Okay, so let's move on to question number 4's explanation one more time. Okay, then we'll move on to question 5. Got it? Okay, let's take a look, yeah? One more time. The average of 3 two-digit numbers, again, there's no distinct here, yeah? So there should not be a distinct here, but for your info, distinct just means different, okay? So the average of 3 numbers x, y, z is 72. That's the average. So the total is 72 times 3 to give us 216, okay? And x is 1/4 of y, so x 1 unit, y 4 units. Then from here we know x plus y is 5 units, okay? Alright, so if x plus y is 5 units and x must be small, very, very small, z must be very, very big. Why we don't care about y is because x is related to y, because of the units. If x is a very small 1 unit, y's 4 units will also be very small. Got it? Okay, then from here, z should be as large as possible, so we can try the biggest two-digit number, which is 99. Then we realize after subtracting, we will get x plus y to be 117, which is not divisible by 5. Okay, it has to be 5 units divisible by 5. Okay, then we can continue. We will get z to be 96. And x plus y will definitely be 120, which is a number that is divisible by 5. Then from there, we can find 1 unit. Okay? Can follow? Alright. Got it? Okay. It really is getting quite hot in here from the light. Okay, all good? All right, it's okay, it's okay. Thank you. All right, let's move on to the next question. Okay, question number 5. Question number 5 is from Rosine's Prelims, paper 1. This was question number 26, if I'm not wrong. Okay, Prelims question 26, if I'm not wrong. But either way, this is from paper 1, yeah? Let me just do a quick check. Okay, so let's talk about this. Indeed, this is question 26, yes. Okay, so let's go through this question. This question seems very tough because we don't have a lot of things going on here. Okay, so let's take a look at this question. Two squares of different sizes overlap each other as shown below. So A overlapping B. Okay, A is overlapping B. Then the overlapped area forms a smaller square shaded here. The overlapping area forms a smaller square. The difference between the area of the unshaded part of A to the unshaded part of B is 24 cm square. Find the area of the shaded square. So we only want the overlap portion here, okay? How many marks is paper 2? Paper 2 is out of 55. This question, you got headache, oh dear. Okay, let me share with you, okay? This is not an MCQ question, yeah? This was Rosine's Prelims paper 1 question 26. So let me share with you how to solve this question, okay? Now we have area A, area B. We know that the unshaded part of A and unshaded part of B has a difference of 24 cm square, okay? Has a difference of 24 cm square. Not only that, we also see that the length from A to B, including these overlapping parts, okay, is 10 cm. All right? On your own worksheet, can you please change it to 10 cm instead of cm square? This should be a length 10 cm, okay? All right, so I'm going to show you what's going on here with the unshaded part first. Okay, with the unshaded part first. So, we have a shaded portion of A. Let's just use S for shaded, okay? A shaded portion of A. Let me make this into a rectangle. My rectangle is not snapping. Why is that so? There we go. Okay, so we have a shaded part of A. S just means shaded part, yeah? And on top of that, B has the same shaded portion. Agreed? Because they are overlapping. Got it? Do I like paper 2? Yes. I love to solve questions. So yes, I like paper 2. Okay. Alright. Then, on top of that, we have unshaded A. Unshaded of A. And we have unshaded of B to be 24 cm longer. Okay, I'm blocking the diagram, but I hope you're able to see my model here. Okay, I hope you're able to see my model here. So I have shaded of A with unshaded of A. I have shaded of B with unshaded of B. Now shaded and unshaded of A forms the whole A. Makes sense, right? Shaded and unshaded of B forms the whole B. I also know that the difference between the shaded and the unshaded parts must be 24 cm squared. Are you able to come up with a conclusion based on this model? What's the conclusion based on this model, guys? What do you think? Hi, Ida. Thank you for joining. Ida Chu is my close friend, by the way. She's there. Hello. So what can you tell me about the difference between A and B? Able to see? B is longer than A, yes, by how much? Or rather, B is more than A, right, in terms of area. By how much, Lina? What do you think? Shaded parts are equal indeed. Because the shaded parts are equal, fantastic. Because the shaded parts are equal, the difference in the unshaded part must also be the difference in the whole area. Okay, so conclusion number 1, I'm going to write it here. Conclusion number 1, area A, or rather area B minus area A, also equals to 24. Okay, area B minus area A also equals to 24. Not just the unshaded parts, but the whole of area B and area A, because their shaded portion is the same. Got it? Okay? Alright, then from here what do? The second thing that we can note down, so we already used 24, the only other value that we have is 10 cm here, okay? The only other value that we have is 10 cm. Now we see that from this portion to this portion is 10 cm. So the second conclusion that we can make is, let me bring it up, the second conclusion that we can make is that area of B and area of A, or rather the length of B and length of A, are less than 10. Agree? Make sense? Area of A, area of B must be less than 10 cm. That's the only other conclusion that we can make. Make sense? So far, so good? Do we understand so far? I hope those of you who are not distracted by the chats are able to follow pretty okay here. So the two conclusions that we can make is this. Number 1, the difference between the areas of A and B is also 24 cm square, not just the difference between the unshaded part. Okay? So the whole area A and area B are also giving us a difference of 24 cm square. Got it? That's the first difference, or the first conclusion. Okay? The second conclusion is this. Length A and length B must be less than 10 cm. So from here, we can use our listing method once again. Okay? So we can list down the possible values of area A and area B. Understand? Okay, so area A and area B must be less than the square of 1, square of 2, square of 3, so on and so forth until 10 cm. Because it's less than 10 cm. Okay, so the possible areas are just 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81. Okay? So far can follow? Do we know what these are called? What are these called? Let me write down at the top. What are these called? Do we know? What are these called? What kind of special numbers are these? Square areas, fantastic. Indeed, they are square numbers. Not multiples, not common factors, not factors or multiples. No, these are square numbers. So how do you get square numbers? Must memorize or not, you think? Square numbers must memorize? Square numbers, no need to memorize. Okay? Why? You can just take 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, so on and so forth. 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, so on and so forth. Okay? So these are your square numbers. Got it? Okay? So far so good? Okay, we don't need to root these numbers. In fact, they are areas. So it's length times length, right, for a square. So the areas are, possible areas are 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. How I get all this is just 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, so on until 9 times 9. Okay, the length of A and B are less than 10. That's why I stop at 81. Okay? So far so good? Then from here, all I have to do is look for, let me write down. What I want to do is look for 2 values with difference equal 24. Okay, why? Because the difference is 24. Can follow? So we just have to look for two values with difference equal 24. So far so good? Mr. Sharu is not sleeping. Mr. Sharu is somewhere at home, I believe. Fantastic, most of you are getting it. Indeed. So the two values are our 25 and 49. Okay, so these two values have a difference of 24. Got it? So therefore, area of A equals to 5 times 5. Area of B equals to 7 times 7. Can follow? So far so good? Okay, 25 and 49 because the difference must be 24 cm square, recall? Then from here, I just go back to the diagram. I know this is 7. I know this is 7. I know this is 5. I know the entire thing is 10. Therefore, this must be 3. And so this must be 2. Can follow? One more time. B's area is 49 cm square. So B has to be 7 times 7. A has to be 5 times 5 to give us 25 cm square because their difference is 24 cm square. Okay? So then from here we know that this portion is 3 because the total is 10. And if that portion is 3, this must be 2. So the shaded parts must be 2 times 2 to give us 4. So the answer is 4 cm square. Can follow everyone? Indeed, the answer is indeed 4. Okay? Fantastic. Yes. Do we understand this question? Okay, I'm going to round up this question one more time, okay? So the question gave us a difference between the unshaded portion, this part and this part. The first conclusion that we need to make is that although they only gave us the difference for unshaded parts, only the difference for unshaded part, but I know that the shaded part is the same. So if the shaded part is the same, the entire thing is A, the entire thing is B, their difference will still be 24 cm square. Okay? Can follow? So first conclusion, area B minus area A equals 24 cm square. First conclusion. Okay? Second conclusion, length of A and length of B must be less than 10. Because from A to B is 10. From A to B with this overlap portion is 10. Okay? So the difference, or rather the length of each of them must be less than 10. Got it? Okay? So that's the second conclusion. So once we have the second conclusion, we can look for two areas with difference of 24 using the possible square areas, square numbers here to give us the possible areas. Got it? So the possible areas can be 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, all the way until 9 times 9. Cannot be 10 times 10. Okay? Okay? Then from there, you just look for a difference of 24, since we know the difference is 24. And then we can conclude that the smaller one must be A, the bigger one must be the area of B. Then we just put it into the diagram to find out the shaded portion, which is 2 cm times 2 cm. Okay? Alright, fantastic. I hope you have learned quite a bit here. Alright, if you have no other questions, please help me spam the like button once more. I will stay behind to answer some of the other questions that you have. Then we will call it a day, okay? For those of you who are clear, thank you very much for spending your evening with me. And thank you also for helping me, or rather for waving to me and saying hi to me when we saw each other at SMU last Wednesday. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. All right. Okay. So I'm going to repeat this question one more time. Somebody is asking. Then I'll repeat question 4 one more time, okay? All right. I'm going to repeat this question one more time. The question gave us the difference between the unshaded of A and unshaded of B. This is what the question gave us. All right. So what we want to do is look for the difference or rather we already are given the difference. Okay? Sure, Ira, got it. Got your point. So we are given the difference between the unshaded parts, which is 24 cm squared. So since we know the shaded part is the same, then the areas of A and B must also give us a difference of 24 cm squared. Okay? So it must also give us a difference of 24 cm squared. Got it? The rest of you, bye-bye. Bye, you guys. Okay? Alright. Then since the difference is 24, I know that area B minus area A is 24. I also know that length of A and length of B is less than 10 cm. Okay? So if length of A, length of B is less than 10 cm, I need to be able to look for two areas by listing down the possible areas of the squares using square numbers. Okay, 1 times 1, 2 times 2 all the way. Then I will get, or rather I will look for the two areas with a difference of 24. Then I can conclude that A is the smaller one, which is 25, so 5 times 5. B is the bigger one, which is 7 times 7, okay? Someone is asking if we can use 25 and 1 also. Now, it depends on what the question says. If the question did not specify that this portion here is made up of a length that is a whole number, then that might be possible. Okay, but we assume here, based on the prelim paper that I got this question from, we assume here that this is the length is made up of a whole number. Okay, so we cannot use 25 and 1 anymore, because then if this is 1, this will get a smaller number less than 1, which is no longer a whole number. Okay, so good point, good question. Alright, so with that we know that the shaded portion is 2 times 2, which is 4 cm squared. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's go on to question number 4. Someone asked about question 4. No problem. Welcome. Good night. Okay, somebody is asking for question number 4. So, question number 4, I will change this up. The original question, if I'm not wrong, doesn't have a distinct, so it should not be there, okay? So, the average of three numbers, three two-digit numbers, x, y, and z, is 72. If we know average, we can find total since we already know the three numbers. So 72 times 3 will give us 216. X is 25% of y, so x is 1 unit, y is 4 units. 25% is the same as 1/4, okay? So x is 1 unit, y is 4 units, x plus y is 5 units, and 5 units must be able to divide by 5 because I have a 5 in front, right? Okay, then from the question, if I want smallest possible value of x, I need z to be as big as possible. Why I don't care about y is because y is related to x. If x is very small, y will also be small. Okay? No problem. Good night. Bye. Alright, then from here, I know that z should be as large as possible. So I try all the big two-digit numbers that I can, which is 99, 98, 97, so on and so forth, until I reach x plus y to be divisible by 5. Okay, and once I reach that, I will get 96. Okay, then I will get the number to be z to be 96, so x plus y is 120. I can find 1 unit to be 24. Okay. Alright, someone is asking, without distinct, how do you know the numbers cannot be the same? Actually, without the word distinct, right, the numbers are the same. Y and z are actually the same. If we calculate back, x is 24, y will be 24 times 4 equal 96, which is also equal to z. That's why we cannot have distinct, okay, because y and z will be the same here. So change the word distinct, yeah? Alright, any other questions? All good? Okay. Thank you so much for spending your evening with me. I'll see you guys next week, okay? Thank you, everybody. Good night. Bye. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Bye. Welcome. Bye-bye.